For Tampines, it's one game at a time, and that's exactly how this needs to be approached, isn't it, Paul? Who's just run up and joined me in the commentary position. It needs to be one game at a time.
Yeah, it does. But it's a cup final, and as you've said before, you know, these are the games that players get up for. So hopefully we're in for an exciting affair with a lot of goals for you fans out there.
I'm going to put you on the spot then, I think, after you've just said that. How do you see this one going, Paul? What do you see happening between the two sides? That's the first thing, and then you can give me a scoreline.
Well, hopefully we see an early goal. I think an early goal will open this contention right up, and we'll see a lot more. I don't think it'll be cagey. I think we'll see an early goal and, you know, could see a repeat, maybe a 3-2.
Who do you see winning it, though? Do you see one side with the clear advantage, or is it just too tight to call?
I see Tampines winning this.
They got too much about them, yeah?
Experience. You've got some old experienced heads in the team, and I think that's what's going to get them over the line tonight.
Old experienced players, of course, mentioning the likes of Ahmad Latif, Alexander Djuric, who've won this competition on numerous occasions before with the Warriors. The 07-08 season springs immediately to mind. But they have got a couple of suspension worries at Tampines, so they have had to shuffle the pack. That much we do know. As for the Warriors, it's a little bit more straightforward for them. And time for the introductions and the dignitaries. And rounds of applause as the dignitaries come down. So look, the Minister of State shaking hands with the teams, along with the Chief Executive down there of the S-League and the head of the FAS, all the dignitaries meeting all the players, as is normal on a cup final day. Proud moments, having to battle through the qualifying stage, then into the quarterfinals and the semis. The Warriors got there by beating Balestier on penalties in the qualifiers. In the quarterfinals, they saw off Home United in a 5-4 aggregate win, and the semis they beat Gombak both home and away by 1-0. As for Tampines, 4-3 against Phnom Penh Crown in the prelims. The quarterfinals was a 4-1 victory overall against Albrechts Niigata, and a comprehensive 5-0 victory over Loyola Sparks, who we saw a little bit earlier on get drubbed, let's be honest about that, by Gombak by 4-0. So the handshakes will be made, the mascots will come off, the teams are being announced. Tampines led by Alexander Djuric, of course, and it will be the SF Warriors led by Dan Bennett. So plenty of experience there. Really good to see that the two tiers of the main stand here are nearing capacity, Paul. It's a good crowd.
Great turnout. Yeah, really impressed with the turnout.
Well, the photos with the mascots, how they'll remember today. Very, very lucky, good day for them as well, accompanying the teams onto the field of play. They'll make their way off the pitch as the players will just do their last little bits of preparation, as the two skippers will come together to decide who will have the kick-off and which way each team will shoot. So handshakes all round. Mohamed Taki Jahari is the official for today. He will be the man in the middle, and it looks like it's SAF that won the toss, as they, if I'm not mistaken, elected to stay on the side that they were. Dan Bennett pointed to stay at that side, but as for the lineups, We do know that SAF Warriors, after the 6-1 win over Gombak, have made 5 changes to the starting lineup for today's final against Tampines. Nur Rahman, Alif Shafain, Dan Bennett, Vidosevic and Fazrul Nawaz comes into the side, and it's quite attack-minded, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, you know, I think the team that's going to win this game is going to be the defensive team, the ones that shut up shop. You know, you've got Dan Bennett and Vidosevic back there, and if they can keep the likes of Juric quiet, they could get a good result here.
As for Tampines, just 2 changes from their last game, which was a 3-2 victory in the league over the SAF Warriors. Gligodov is out suspended, as is Anas Hardy, and that means Jamil Ali will start, and Fayreddin comes back in after suspension. A lot of news all about Jamil Ali. He scored that late winning goal. He's going to be key today, along with Ahmad Latif, and we know that Sazali Saleh will just sit in the hole in front. Mustafiq will be deployed as a sweeper in today's back 3.
Yeah, with Anas suspended, Mustafiq has had to drop back, but we all know he's more than capable of sitting back there and doing a great job.
There it is, Shukor. We know he can strike the ball from range. He's scored a couple of stunners so far this season. There you'll see Tampines Rovers are in the yellow strip and the SAF Warriors are in the blue strip. Alexander Juric forgetting to take his ring off by the looks of things and just handing it to the referee. So he'll pick that up at half-time, I'm sure. So we're almost all set to go here. The whistle's in the mouth, and it is Tampines that will get us underway.
Go forward. They need to push. They need to maybe step up a little bit, and they need to commit numbers forward. If they don't commit numbers forward, they're going to have a hard time breaking down this stubborn Tampines defence.
They will do that though, won't they? But maybe not until after the hour mark. They'll leave it for another 15 minutes as we have a look there at Shawar Jantan. I mean, it's the last line of defence. It's very tough for goalkeepers, isn't it, Paul? I mean, you make a mistake, you've always got your goalkeeper to possibly bail you out. But when a goalkeeper makes a mistake, there's no room for error, is there? It goes in.
Last line of defence, you know, they're either the heroes or the villains. It's a tough position, and my heart goes out to him. But you know, he's a professional. He's going to bounce back, and hopefully SAF can redeem him by scoring a goal.
Well, let's see if that man can score a goal, because to be honest, Alexander Juric has been in and out of this game. Hasn't really been a real spearhead that we thought he would be. It's Tampines in the yellow strip and the SAF Warriors in the blue, and they've changed ends. So it will be Tampines defending the goal to the left as we look, and it will be the Warriors that get us underway as Jahani blows his whistle, and we're in for an entertaining 45 minutes. Here as Juric actually comes on the wrong side of a muscled out challenge from Zulfadli. Juric having a right volley at the referee or the linesman just down in front of us. As it is, strong challenge from Ahmad Latif results in a corner for the Warriors. Solid, strong, crazy, you could even call Ahmad Latif, but he can play, there is no question about that. A real top draw player throughout the years here. So Inui to deliver with his left foot, the little flick on Juric gets there, but so does Sakurada. He gambled and got on the end of it. And the party poppers go off down in front of us, because out of nothing, just that corner whipped in, and the left foot again of Inui with the quality means that we're all square here in the final of the RHB Singapore Cup, and it's come from literally nothing.
The celebration shows it all. Bennett wins the first flick on, runs straight over to Richard Bock, gives him a big hug. A lot of passion in this. I think we can see SAF really taking it to Tampines now. What a finish. What a finish. Outside of the right foot.
That's his second goal in the competition. His first one coming, as we mentioned, in that 3-3 draw against Home United. That was an important goal that helped to put the Warriors in a good position in that tie. But this now is more important and pivotal. Who launches one forwards. Vidosevic mops everything up nicely. Psychologically though, Paul, this is definitely going to have an effect, isn't it, on Tampines going into that game, the final game of the league season, as we see an opportunity here in the box. It's fallen sweetly for Gunawan. Gunawan tees it up, Karaglan! Gunawan! scores! 2 minutes into stoppage time. It was Jamal Ali that was the hero 2 weeks ago in the league. Now 2 weeks later in the cup final, it's the substitute Erwan Gunawan. 2 minutes into stoppage time. Has he won the cup for the Warriors? What a finish. What a comeback from SAF. They currently lead with just 60 seconds to go. An unbelievable finish in the RHB Singapore Cup final. Is it going to be the last action that we see?
Oh, great setup from Corrigan. I don't know if he meant to set it up. Did a great job. What a finish. SAF thoroughly deserve it. Second half is SAF's. What a finish.
Well, that is unbelievable. Absolutely frightening. For Ahmad Latif, there's only 4 yellow shirts in the box. Real drama. We are nearly at 4 minutes of time added on at the end of this game. No free kick, said the referee. Fazrul Nawas has acres of time and space. Richard Buck right inside the technical area saying, get yourself in the corner, lad. Don't even think about doing anything else. And he wins the throw-in. That should be enough to see the Warriors win this competition for the 5th time.
Good discipline from Fazrul right there, not going to goal, not being greedy, going to the corner, winning himself some time, winning a throw-in for SAF, and yeah, getting down the time, killing some precious moments.
Richard Buck urging his players to get up and get forwards and get involved, because the referee will just add this on at the end, that's for sure. Fazrul Nawas holds on to the ball. There is the final whistle, and it's the Warriors that are triumphant. And you can see the joyous scenes down on the bench. Richard Buck runs onto the pitch and he's hugged by Dan Bennett. What a remarkable end of the career that he's had at his stint at the Warriors. He is joyous with victory right at the death in his penultimate game with the club, and he does deserve it. And to be fair, after that second half performance, they do deserve it.
What a send-off, Cinderella story.
Unbelievable. He walks over now to shake the hand of Tae Peng Ki, but what is that going to do for the mentality of Tampines? 1-0 up, and the equaliser coming with just 12 minutes to go, and then that hammer blow 2 minutes into stoppage time means that it's an FAS Warriors win. Richard Buck is just going to be interviewed by Dave Roberts down on the touchline, but he knew he has just dived all over him. Dave, are you ready with Richard, and what does Richard think about that win?
Let's find out, Paul. Richard, oh, hang on, he's just left me. Where's he gone? He's decided he's going to have a rundown and see the fans. Well, Paul, you carry on chatting, and I'll go and trace Richard again.
He's just saying there that that is absolutely the one for the fans. Dave, I thought that you were going to run down after him because I know that you've been in training. So I know he's coming back to you now. As you can see, he's very, very happy. What a wonderful way to end his career at SAF Warriors. Richard, stand still and let David talk to you.
I'm going to keep hold of him this time. Richard, many congratulations. What does it feel like?
It's fantastic. Like they said, finish with a high. That's what I'm doing. That's how I feel, to finish in a high.
It's not the final game for you, but after all this time, he's being assaulted by his own players. I tell you what, we'll catch up with him later. Just enjoy the celebrations from pitch side.
Well, that's exactly what the players are thinking. They're just all around him. They're now raising him up. And Dave, you've done a valiant job there. And the only thing you could have done was basically smash Fazrul Nawas from stopping him to get on top of Richard Buck. But you can see what it means to the players. You can see what it means to Richard Buck. But it's absolutely unbelievable scenes down here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. Absolutely unbelievable, Paul. It's wonderful to see. They did deserve it, though, didn't they, in that second half?
They did. They came out and they showed what they're made of. They showed character, and yeah, I think SAF deserves it tonight.
Oh, Richard Buck is back. Richard, will you stand? Dave, tell him I've told him to stand still.
Right, let's forget the congratulations, Richard. You tell me about this. You tell me about this bunch of players and what you know. It's not been the best season league-wise, but to finish like that, what does it mean?
It's fantastic. I think they never give up. Like what I tell them is never give up. It's not only for me, it's for themselves. They must remember that it's for themselves.
Obviously, delight for you at the moment. But any thoughts whatsoever about leaving these guys behind yet?
No, I just want to wish them all the best and thank you for giving me this farewell present.
A fantastic servant of the club, Richard. We wish you well in the future. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
So a very, very happy Richard Bock down there. I know he's going to be mugged all night long by his players and the press and be inundated with interviews. Spare a thought for Tampines. They've still got one massive game left, but all eyes tonight are on the Warriors. They win the 2012 Singapore Cup. We're going to have the presentation after this short break.
Tampines Rovers and SAFFC sure know how to write dramatic scripts, don't they? It was 4-3 the last time they met, thanks to a stoppage time winner. 2-1 tonight, once again a stoppage time winner. Erwan Gunawan scoring the winning goal. SAFFC are the RHB Singapore Cup champions, 2-1 winners against Tampines Rovers. Let's hear from the winning captain, Daniel Bennett.
Dan, congratulations. It didn't look likely at one point in the second half. What changed it for you?
Yeah, we looked like we were going down a dead end at one point. I said to Jamal, I said, we're just not going to score. We didn't look like scoring, but you know, you need a little bit of luck when it comes to the cup final. They had their luck when they scored, and we got a little deflection off myself, and it's landed to Laddie, and he's a great finisher. So I said to the boys at half-time, if we get a goal back, and we'll go on and win it, we'll have the advantage. And
what does it mean to be lifting the trophy?
I can't explain really, because that's something I've been thinking about too long now. I think it's fair that me and Cheryl will lift it together. Cheryl's been a great captain, a great player for the team here, and so we'll lift it together today.
It's not been the best league season for you this year, but does this make up for it?
This more than makes up for it, you know. Coming 7th in the league is an embarrassment for SAF. We're not used to that. So to come into the cup final and win it in 7th place is a fantastic feeling. You know, I think everybody's bet was on Tampines today, and as you say, at one point it looked like they were going to win it, so just to grab it at the end, it's a great feeling.
Go on then, get back amongst the boys and enjoy yourself. Well done.
Oh, great scenes there from the players of SAFFC. This is the cup they will be holding aloft tonight, the 2012 Singapore Cup trophy.
No, congratulations. What does it feel like?
It's amazing. I think to win this way, I think it's a very amazing. I don't have anything to say anymore. We just owe it to the fans. We had a bad season in terms of in the league standing, but I think today we proved something, and then you know we owe a lot to the fans actually.
How much does this make up for the bad season?
A lot, definitely a lot. I mean, we got ourselves into AFC now for next season, which is a bonus for the club, and you know at least we have something to look forward for next season.
Go and enjoy the celebrations. Thank you.
You get into that position where you've been so strong, you've been looking so good, it's frightening. And then all of a sudden now, you're in these finals, you're in these big games, and nothing's going to happen. You know, what happens then?
And this is the Man of the Match award, and it is being given to
Inui.
Inui, number 7.
They obviously weren't watching the same game we were, because honestly, he wasn't the best player on the pitch tonight.
Who is your man of the match?
That's a really good one. I'd say Kerrigan. I thought he was absolutely magnificent, the way that he held the ball up, the way that he brought others into play, and in the end was getting no joy down the centre and had enough about him to peel into wide areas to bring others into play. He was definitely by far the best player on the pitch today for the Warriors, in my opinion. You?
Yeah, tough to call. Maybe even give it to Sakurada. You know, great finish for the first goal, and got SAF single-handedly back into the match. But you know, it's a tough one.
Mentally, how would the players of Tampines feel with just 5 days to
see him involved as well? You know, Jamil Ali is better off coming from deep, and he wasn't. He was the main focal point up front. I've not seen that before from Tampines. That doesn't work for them.
But it almost goes against a coach's nature and instinct not to play Alex Sturridge, whether he's tired or not, because he could pop up for one goal and that could make the difference.
Exactly, and he's a leader. You know, he's the type of player you want on the field. You know, especially 1-0 up. 30 minutes to go. Who's your money on? Your money's on Tampines. Your money's on experience. And tonight, obviously, that didn't get them over the line, which is surprising.
Is this the SAFFC team we're going to see next season, Paul? Is this the finished product?
No, not by a long shot. They need at least 3 or 4 more players. No question about that. I think the rumour mills will all start going around now about who's going to go and join, and it already has started with all of the S League clubs looking to pick up players for next year. If they get a few more players in, they can compete and be back up there. There's no question about that.
And with the AFC Cup berth, they're going to attract some quality players as well. It's hard to turn down a club that are playing AFC Cup football.
Now, which areas do you think they need to improve on?
I better answer that one. Don't ask Paul that one. That's not fair that he answers that one. I think they need a little bit more strength and stability at the back, and a little bit more, and a few more options. They need a digger in midfield. They need somebody to be able to do that, and they also need another striker to work up front with Carragher and Naz, because Fazal Naz does get tired at times, and you need to rotate and chop and change those players occasionally. So it's not the bad kernels of a side, let's be honest, but it's not the finished article yet.
Now, I heard you say that you spoke to the Singapore coach, Radi Abramovich. What did he say to you? What was he doing here? Was he keeping his eye on possible recruits?
He's just keeping his eye on all the players and having a look because of the upcoming Suzuki Cup final that's coming very shortly. So I'm sure 1 or 2 of these players will be featuring as well. There'll be no question about that. It's a great bonus as well for them, an $80,000 check. It's fantastic. But more importantly for the players, they're not worried about the money. It's all about this. It's about the raising of the cup. And there you go, the champions of 2012, the SAF Warriors. They make it 5, the most successful club competition winners in the history of this competition. And deserved today, Colette, absolutely deserved.
Well, they did have a couple of chances in the first half. It might have been 1-1 going into that half-time break. It might have been 2-1 even to SAFFC, and credit to them for holding on. You said they look a little bit too patient, but it worked.
No, it did work, and I got to hold my hand up and say, yeah, I got that one a little bit wrong, but Paul was right. They had a game plan, and that's why I said I don't expect to see changes before the hour mark, because there's no point in panicking the first 15 minutes. But I just thought that they were too laid back that first 15 minutes of the second half, rather than at least being a little bit more expansive. But in the end, they got it right. Fair play to them.
So $80,000 for the champions this season. Prize money is expected to go up next season to $100,000. So that's going to be good pocket money for the champions of the RHB Singapore Cup and next season. A wonderful day for first-time Singapore Cup winners such as Shuko Zailan, Ruzani Zainal, Vidosevic, of course, Fazal Navas, and incredibly, Noor Rahman, at 32 years of age. This is the first time he will put his lips on that Singapore Cup. So joyful scenes there for the Warriors. Despite a very poor S-League season, they hung on, and they are the 2012 RHB Singapore Cup champions. Spare a thought, though, for Tampines Rovers. They came so close, didn't they? Going 1-0 up in the 25th minute. But SAFFC did well to hold on, and they take this 2-1. Tampines Rovers, by the way, will be in action next Friday in the final league game of the SAFFC. They're up against Harimau Muda. That match will be live, kickoff at 8:15 at the Jalan Besar Stadium. So get yourselves down here on Friday for the final league game of the season. On behalf of Paul Macefield and Paul Cunningham, I'm Colette Wong. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.